What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Professor Anime, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, guys, I am here to bring you all my review of episode 2 of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. So let's get this started. So when it comes to this episode of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, this episode was a whole lot better than the first, if I do say so myself. Now, when it comes to the first episode of Kabaneri, we pretty much got introduced to the world that our characters are residing in, you know, the world building, what exactly is going down within our character's world, and what we're just getting ourselves into this series. So that is why there was a big info dump when it came to the first episode, and usually, like every first episodes of anime or manga or any form of media, you know, there will be a huge info dump right in the beginning portions of the series. Now, when it comes to the second episode of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, what this really is, the goal that was set out with this episode, at least in my eyes, was to introduce us to our main female heroine, Mumei. Now, we did end up getting introduced to her in the first episode. However, in this episode, she really shines. She really does. Now, in the first episode, we do kind of see that, you know, she has an ominous vibe to her, like she knows something about the Kabane. You know, it seems like she knows how to fight these things, and just in general, she knows quite a bit more than the rest of the villagers residing within the village. Now, in this second episode, we come to find out that she has amazing fighting skills. She does. Like, she even has like a personal record that she tries to take out each Kabane in under 100 seconds. However, I guess in this episode, it kind of said that she was 10 seconds off, you know? But also, we come to find out at the end of this episode that Mumei is also infected with the Kabane virus. Now, apparently, from what we got in the first episode, our main male character, still do not know his name. I completely forgot it within the top of my head. It's going to take me a while to get used to these characters' names, so please bear with me on that. Now, when it comes to our main character, he was infected with the virus by a Kabane as well, but he actually survived. So it seems that Mumei has actually survived a Kabane attack before when she ended up getting bitten. So basically, these two are not human, but they're not Kabane. They're called Kabaneri, hence the name of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. And pretty much this is, you know, Kabaneri is basically a person who is pretty much not human and not a Kabane, and they are pretty much split between the two. It's almost like a life or death situation where pretty much their bodies are morphed into one. So yeah, this was pretty interesting to see that the whole reason why Mumei ended up knowing a whole lot of the Kabane is because she was in fact hit with the virus as well as our main male character. So yeah, this was a pretty straightforward episode, to be honest with you. I mean, pretty much we leave off back on episode 1 to the point where the Kabane are attacking the village, and everybody within the village is trying to get on the trains to escape to hopefully go to another country, because as we know from the previous episode of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, basically everybody trades through trains. Basically, they end up leaving to other countries, picking up goods, and then coming back to the country to bring in those goods. So yeah, pretty much the whole village in this episode, at least, was burnt down to a crisp by the Kabane, and we have it to where the civilians are trying to get out of this city through these trains, and we have our main male character also help out in the process of this. But one thing I did want to mention about this whole sort of episode was that when it comes to the High Priestess, her father ends up being bitten by the Kabane as well, and he turns into one, and obviously they end up killing him because they ram him over with the train. But, you know, we really haven't seen much of the High Priestess. I'm really looking forward to what exactly her role in this series is going to be. And of course, at the end of this episode, we see that Mumei ends up showing the other guards on the train that, you know, she in fact is on their side, but she has also been infected by the virus, just like our male character, like I stated before. Now, what we had throughout pretty much the majority of this episode is the guards trying to kill our main character. And even in the beginning of the episode, they put him in a sort of prison-like state to the point where he couldn't end up getting out because they thought that he was a Kabane. And, you know, they didn't trust him whatsoever. But since the fact that they trust Mumei, and they find out that she is now a Kabane, they're going to have to end up trusting, you know, our main character. And it seems like these two are pretty much destined to be together and hopefully, you know, bring about world peace throughout the world of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. So, yeah, that pretty much does it for this episode. This was a very straightforward episode in terms of what we got in it, but it was still very enjoyable. Looking forward to the future episodes of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on what you thought about this episode in the comments down below. Do you have any theories at all for the series? Let me know as well. And of course, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you want to stay updated to my future content on this channel, please hit that red subscribe button below, and you will never miss a video for you. That about does it for this video, guys. Love you all, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.